What's going on, Buff Nation? Welcome back to another video. So after a kind of a quick start once the season came to a close with some guys hitting to the portal, a few kids decommitting, then we had the news of the coaches, a few left. It's been radio silence outside of Colorado. Nothing from Deion, nothing from Deion Sanders Jr. on well-off media. It's pretty quiet out there in Colorado. We're a place that's usually loud and in your face and ready to rock and roll. We haven't heard a single word, which is causing people to panic. I saw an article today where we're saying that Shador Sanders and Travis Hunter should go to somewhere like FSU or Georgia. Like that's where we're going. When things go quiet, people start to panic, start to create some kind of noise that could or may happen. Stop it. It's just blasphemy, as Stephen A. Smith would say. Nonsense. He even came out and said that Coach Prime should leave.
The Colorado Buffaloes, in my opinion, is not the place for them.
It has everybody up in arms going, what's happening? You got coaches leaving, you got players decommitting, you've got guys in the transfer portal, but nobody's saying anything. After Coach Prime came out and said, hey, this next week, it's going to be exciting. Just wait and see. We're waiting, Coach Prime. We want to know what's going on. But what I want to talk about today is a few coaches had some things to say about Coach Prime in this past season at Colorado, but they didn't put their name to it. It was anonymous. From The Athletic, they do this from time to time where they go and they ask coaches around the league their true opinion, their true feeling of what opposing teams did. One of the first lines from this article is, it's going to get dark for Colorado, an anonymous coach said. Another one said, they were loading up on all these skill players, but they weren't getting great players on the line. Offensive line-wise, they didn't make a single coveted guy. They didn't take a single coveted guy out of the portal. Very interesting stuff. I mean, pretty straightforward stuff, but it's going to get dark is an interesting one, right? Is he alluding to the fact that the party's over? That nobody wants to go to Colorado anymore? Because a lot of people are right now. With it being radio silence, it's easy to, I guess I would say, jump on a sinking ship, as one would call it. Another one said, they were horrible in the front. They couldn't protect Shador. He was getting massacred in our game. So that means they played them. It's really hard to do anything when you can't block anybody. I mean, these liners here, right, aren't anything out of the ordinary. I mean, Coach Prime said this himself. So it's not like they're reaching deep into the pockets and giving us anything groundbreaking. But it is interesting, again, for these coaches to go on record in a way and say these things, but won't put their name to it when it really isn't even that bad. Here's another one. They said, they have a lot of speed outside, and the receivers were just as good as anyone we played. It was really just that offensive line was so overmatched, and they didn't have a tight end at all. Not having a tight end who could block was a bigger deal than a lot of people think. That really hurts an offense. They didn't have an answer in protection because of that. Maybe that's what happened with Tim Brewster. Couldn't produce a tight end that could block. I don't know. I'm assuming here, right? Just going off of what these anonymous coaches had to say about Coach Prime in Colorado in this past year's blunder. Now, again, a big conversation that's going on right now currently is, was it a successful season for Colorado? Did they do what they wanted to do? And Coach Prime has said that, look, this season, and there he came out and said this season was full of hope. We were hoping to make change, hoping to make an impact on college football. They did. Next year is going to be the expectation year. How can we turn this thing over? How can we turn the new leaf over? You know what's funny and ironic here? There's a lot of coaches that are getting praised this year. Let's go over a few. Jeff Fish, Arizona. His first 2 years, 5-7, 5-7. I think his third year was 7-5. Now he's going on 9-3, 10-3, or 9-3, excuse me. Mike Norvell, 5-7, 6-7. Now 10-3. Now 11-0, 12-0. Excuse me. So all these coaches had some time. Now that first year, I'm sure they probably didn't want to go 5-7 either, but they understood, right, what it came to be. Mike Norvell also took over FSU. That did not go 1-11, and is also FSU, not Colorado. Right? So a lot of these schools, a lot of these coaches take some time to get the ball rolling. Obviously, the expectation for Colorado, especially from the media and ourselves, was much higher. They put on a show. Coming out 3-0, we're like, what's up? Here we go. Ready to rock and roll. But reality sets in. Took a couple L's, took some ugly L's like the one to Stanford. But like he kind of reiterated all year long, every game they were right there. Against teams that are, like I said, at the peak of the rebuild. Right? Oregon State, that is now just dismantled. Coach leaves, quarterback leaves. Okay, they're done, right? Arizona seems to be on a nice little process of building. Oregon isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but USC's headed off to the Big Ten, and as well as Oregon, you don't got to face them again. Utah, Cam Rising plans to be coming back, but Utah kind of fell off at the end there. So the Big 12 is wide open, like I've been saying this entire time, for the taking. It will be interesting to see what Coach Prime is to do in the transfer portal. There is a ton of talent right now in the transfer portal, a lot to go after, a lot to get. and Hayes Fawcett from On3 dropped today that this is only the beginning, that Monday it is going to be absolute mayhem. So if you're not subscribed, you don't have the bell turned on for when Monday happens, you might miss out. Be sure to like a button, hit the like button, subscribe, and turn that bell on because you don't want to miss it. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.